I know January 1st is supposed to be the fresh start, but for me, the real new year begins with WWDC. It's when I reevaluate my stack, rethink how I'm building, catch up on what I missed, and plan for what's next. And if you're building solo, especially with AI in your toolbox, Dub Dub is basically the blueprint drop for the year. So in this one, I'm sharing exactly how I prep for the week, what I watch, what I ignore, and how I'm setting up my tools like Cursor and Claude to actually learn from the sessions right alongside me. You're watching Solo Swift Crafter. Let's get ready for WWDC. Imagine your Xcode project breaks and the fix was hidden in a session you skipped. Yeah, not doing that again this year. So, yeah, Dub Dub is just around the corner, like literally 2 days away if you're watching this right when it drops. I remember when WWDC used to be live on stage before the whole virtual format kicked in. There was something magical about seeing the crowd, the cheers, the real time energy. It felt like watching history unfold in the moment, with every demo getting an honest, in person reaction. I kind of miss that vibe. There's something about the buzz of that week that makes you feel like you're stepping into the future. So yeah, I'm already getting that little nerdy excitement creeping in again. And honestly, like seriously, I really think this year's Dub Dub could be huge, like game changing huge, especially if you're a solo dev like me or someone who's diving deep into building apps with all these wild AI tools now, Cursor, Claude, GPT. You know the drill. Now, look, I totally get it. Most folks just tune in for the keynote, right? Like, you watch Craig Federighi doing his iconic slow mo entrance, maybe get hyped about some flashy new features in iOS or Mac OS, and then, yeah, you kind of dip out. And that's totally fair. The keynote is glossy, it's flashy, it's exciting, it's really made for the users, press, analysts, basically anyone who loves a good tech spectacle. It's the sizzle, right? But mm, here's the thing. If you're even remotely thinking about building apps, like just tinkering or going all in, you've got to stick around after the keynote for real. The keynote is fun, sure, but it's just the surface. The real gold, it's in the rest of the week. I mean, the sessions, the labs, the live demos, and those sneaky good Slack Q and as. That's where the dev magic happens. That's where Apple drops the stuff that'll shape how we build for the next year, quietly, without all the fanfare. And this year, oh man, I really think it's going to land even harder. The vibes feel different this year. You ever get that feeling too, or is it just me? Let's pause here. If you're multitasking, this is the part to focus in. Why? Well, think about how much our landscape has shifted lately. We're not just coding like we used to. Sure, we still write Swift, we still pop open Xcode, but let's be honest, these days we're way more like orchestrators. We're prompting, guiding, and collaborating with these powerful AI tools. And yeah, these tools are great, but they're not magic. They need our context. They rely entirely on our understanding of the ecosystem. That means if you skip WWDC, you're flying blind. You'll miss those subtle Swift updates, little Swift UI tweaks, UI kit refinements, all the tiny details that matter a lot. Your AI tools like Cursor, your GPT threads, they depend on your input. They need your insight. They're only as smart as the context you give them. And let me tell you, as a full time solo builder, clarity is literally everything. Last year, I made the mistake of skipping some key sessions, like SwiftData dropped, and initially I brushed it off thinking, another abstraction, probably not that important. Honestly, I rolled my eyes at first, classic dev skepticism kicking in. Then a few weeks later, I realized, it would have saved me so much time. I'm talking weeks of boilerplate with core data that I had already written manually. Might as well have written a scroll of boilerplate on parchment, honestly. I actually groaned out loud when it hit me. Total facepalm moment. If I just tuned into the right session or skimmed the docs during Dub Week, it would have saved me a ton of effort and rewrites. So this year, no mistakes. I've literally cleared my entire calendar, starred the sessions I need in the app, and I'll have my screen perfectly split, Xcode neatly taking up half, Notes and GPT fighting for space on the other half, coffee mug dangerously close to the keyboard, the usual. Because when that new API hits, or some subtle UI tweak lands, I need to immediately integrate it into my workflow. No hesitation, no waiting around. Now, speaking of sessions, you don't have to watch them all. Honestly, you can't. It's overwhelming, I get it. Hundreds of sessions and labs. But the key is tuning in selectively, finding those specific talks that align with your projects or your curiosity. And absolutely, do not skip the platform state of the union. The keynote is cool for users, but the platform state of the union, yeah, that's where the real magic for devs happens. It's less glam, sure, but it dives into the tools, the frameworks, and the tech that'll directly shape your dev life for the next year. And then there are the sessions, like pick the sessions that genuinely excite you. Pick the ones that relate directly to what you're building right now. Maybe you're deep in Swift UI, go for those Swift UI deep dives. Got a tricky bug you're wrestling with? Hop into one of the Slack labs, or brand new this year, jump into a group lab. You can register right now for those, by the way. Super helpful if you've got lingering questions after a session. Let me tell you, those labs have saved me more times than I can count. Like that one time I was completely stuck trying to figure out widget configuration, and boom, 15 minutes chatting with an Apple engineer sorted everything out. One time I had this bizarre scene phase behavior on iPad, right? So I jump into a lab, ask the question, and boom, I'm literally chatting with the Apple engineer who designed that system. Like, seriously, where else can you get that kind of direct feedback? Plus, just soaking in the energy of Dub, even online, is such a massive creative boost. I remember in 2022, I had this moment during a Swift UI session. Some engineer casually dropped a trick with match geometry effect that completely blew my mind. I ended up staying up late, just experimenting with it, and that one tip actually shaped part of a layout system I still use today. It's stuff like that. It reminds me, hey, even though I'm coding solo in my little apartment, I'm actually part of something way bigger. There's a whole community out there building incredible things. It's honestly like hitting refresh on your motivation. And here's the real kicker, especially if you're incorporating these AI tools. WWDC isn't optional anymore. It's required reading. It's basically the only way to ensure you're steering your AI in the right direction. Context is king, and Dub is where you get that context firsthand. So yeah, show up, watch the keynote, enjoy the gloss, but then dig deeper. Hit the platform state of the union, pick your sessions wisely, join labs, ask questions, capture insights, even watch the talks that initially scare you or seem irrelevant. My advice? Pick 3 sessions that excite you, watch one you don't fully understand, and sign up for one lab, even if it feels intimidating. Future you will thank, present you for paying attention. And hey, throughout the week, I'll be sharing my top sessions, key takeaways, and thoughts. I'll probably drop a detailed video roundup too. So if you want to follow along, definitely hit subscribe. Smash that sub if you're into indie dev tips, WWDC breakdowns, or just want to see me live. Debug Swift UI on camera. WWDC isn't just about features, it's a mindset shift, a chance to pause, zoom out, and decide what kind of builder you want to be this year. I'll be sharing more soon, session recaps, project ideas, maybe a build video or two. So if you're into that, stick around. Let me know what you're watching this week and what you're building next. Oh, and do me a favor, drop your predictions in the comments. I'm honestly pretty hyped to see if Apple finally gives Swift UI navigation a proper overhaul. Wouldn't that be wild? What about you? What are you most hyped about for this year's WWDC? Any sessions I should absolutely add to my list? Let's keep this conversation going. I'm Daniel. This is Solo Swift Crafter. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Dub Dub. Peace.